Hey, what should I buy?
Well, it must be something Laurent likes. He is such a good, dear child. He's practically one of the family.
But yes, he's a real brother. Shall I get a bottle of anisette?
Are you sure he'd like that? A light wine would be better, perhaps, with some cakes?
Well, you're not saying much. Do you remember if he likes Malaga?
I'm sure he does. He likes everything. He eats and drinks like a pig.
My child.
Do tell her off. She can't stand him, and he's noticed. He told me so. It's not very nice. Oh, I can't allow you to be against my friends like this. And what have you got against him anyway?
Nothing. He's always here. Lunch, dinner, he eats here all the time. You always put the best food on his plate. Laurent this, Laurent that. It just gets on my nerves, that's all. He's not particularly amusing either. He's a greedy, lazy pig.
Be charitable, Thérèse. Laurent is very unhappy. He lives in an attic and eats very badly at that place of his. It gives me pleasure to see him warm and cozy here with us. He makes himself at home, has a smoke. It's nice to see. He's all alone in the world, the poor boy.
Do what you like. Pamper him, coddle him, it's all the same to me.
I know what I'll do. I'll get a bottle of champagne. That'll be perfect.
Yes, that will pay him back nicely for the portrait. And then don't forget the cakes.
Yeah, the cakes, yeah. It's only 8:30. Our friends won't arrive till 9. They'll get such a surprise. Champagne!
Light the lamp, won't you, Thérèse? I'm going to the shop.
Thérèse.
Laurent, my darling. I felt you would come, my love. I haven't seen you for a whole week. Every afternoon I'd wait, hoping you'd be able to escape from the office. If you hadn't come, I'd have done something stupid. Why have you been away for a whole week? I can't stand it any longer. Shaking hands in front of the others, you seem so cold.
I'll explain.
You're afraid, aren't you? You big baby. Where could we be safer? Who could guess we loved each other? Who would come and look for us in this room?
Be sensible. No, I'm not afraid to come here.
Then you're afraid of me. Admit it. You're afraid that I love you too much, that I'll upset your life.
Why do you doubt me? Don't you know I can't sleep because of you? I'm going mad. Me, who never took women seriously? Thérèse, I'm afraid because you have awoken something deep in the depths of my being. A man I never knew existed. Sometimes it's true, it's hard to stay calm. And I'm afraid it's impossible to love anyone as much as I love you. It might get out of control.
That would be a pleasure without end. A long walk in the sun.
Did you hear someone on the stairs?
That's just the damp making the stairs creak. Come here. Let's love each other without fear, without regret. Oh, if only you knew what a childhood I had. I had been brought up in the damp atmosphere of a sick man's room.
My poor Thérèse.
Oh, yes. It was miserable. For hours on end, I would squat in front of the fireplace and stupidly watch over his infusions. If I moved, my aunt scolded me. Mustn't wake Camille up, must we? My hands used to shake. I would stammer. I was so clumsy that even Camille made fun of me. But I felt strong. I could feel my child's fists clench, and I wanted to smash everything. They told me that my mother was the daughter of a nomadic African chief. It must be true. For so long I've dreamt of escaping, roaming the roads and running barefoot in the dust, begging like a gypsy. You see, I prefer starving in the wild to their hospitality.
Keep your voice down. Your aunt will come.
Let her hear. Who cares? I don't know why I ever agreed to marry Camille. It was a prearranged marriage. My aunt simply waited until we were of age. I was only 12 when she said, "You will love your cousin. You will look after him." She wanted a nurse, an infusion maker. She adored this puny child so much that she wrestled him from death 20 times, and she trained me to be his servant. And I never protested. They had made me cowardly. I felt pity for the child. When I would play with him, I could feel my fingers sink into his limbs like putty. On the night of the wedding, instead of going to my room, which was at the left on the top of the stairs, I went to Camille's, which was on the right. That was all. But you, my Laurent.
Do you love me?
I love you. I loved you since the day Camille pushed you into the shop. You remember? When you two bumped into each other at the office? I don't know how I loved you. It was more like hate. The very sight of you drove me mad. I couldn't stand it. But I would wait achingly for you to come, for the pain. When you were painting just now, I sat in the chair, nailed to your feet, no matter how much I secretly tried to fight it.
I adore you.
And our only time of pleasure, those Thursday evenings when Gravette and old Machad would arrive like clockwork. Those Thursday evenings used to drive me mad. The eternal game of dominoes, eternal Thursdays, the same imbecilic boredom. But I felt proud and revenged when I could sit around the table as we exchanged polite remarks, and I would bask in the wicked pleasure of it all. I would sit sewing, and I would put on my half-baked expression. And in the midst of this bourgeois peace, I'm reliving our moments of ecstasy.
I'm sure you're talking too loud. Your aunt will come. Where's my hat?
Do you really think she will come? Yes, you're right. You should go. You will come again tomorrow at 2 o'clock?
No, it's not possible.
Why not?
The head clerk is going to sack me if I'm absent again.
You mean we won't see each other anymore? You're leaving me? This is where all this caution was leading? You coward!
No, we can have a peaceful existence together. Just the two of us. It's just a matter of watching and waiting for circumstances to change. Oh, how I've dreamt of having you to myself for a whole day. Then my desire would grow and I wanted you for a week of happiness, then a month, then a year, then a whole lifetime. All our lives to be together, all our lives to love each other. I'd leave my job and I would start painting again. You could do whatever you wished. We'd be free to love each other forever and ever. You would be happy, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes. Very, very happy.
If only you were free.
We would be married. We wouldn't have to be afraid any longer. Oh, Laurent, what a sweet life it would be.
All I can see are your green eyes shining in the dim light. Those eyes that would drive me mad. But for now, Thérèse, we must say farewell.
You won't come tomorrow?
No. Trust me. If we have to spend some time apart, you must tell yourself we're working towards our future happiness.
If only I were free.
What? You still haven't lit the lamp? You daydreamer. Belle, never mind, it's ready. I'll get it.
Hey! Huh. Where is everybody? Why is it so dark in here?
My aunt has gone to get the lamp.
Oh, it's you. You gave me a fright. You could at least talk in a more natural tone of voice. You know I don't like people playing jokes like that in the dark.
I'm not playing jokes.
Well, I caught sight of you just there. Now when I wake at night, I'll imagine some woman is pacing around my bed waiting to strangle me. It's all fine for you to laugh.
I'm not laughing.
What's wrong?
It's Thérèse. She scared me, and I nearly dropped the bottle of champagne. That would have been 3 francs wasted.
What? You only paid 3 francs?
Yeah. I'd seen an advertisement for a 8-franc bottle. It's better. It's just as good as the 8 francs. It's only 3 francs. We all know those shopkeepers are a load of frauds, right? Here are the cakes.
Give them to me. I'll put them all out on the table so as to surprise our guests when they arrive. Thérèse, could you get me 2 plates?
Oh, I wanted to tell you. I hatched a plan as I was walking back.
What plan?
You know, I promised to take Thérèse to St. Owen one Sunday before the weather turns. She doesn't like to walk around town, even though it's much more fun than the countryside. She says I don't walk properly or something. Anyway, I'm thinking of taking Thérèse to St. Owen this Sunday and to bring Laurent with us.
Yes, my children, you do that. My legs are not good enough to come along, but I think it's an excellent plan. That will make you square with Laurent for the portrait.
Oh, Laurent. He's so funny in the countryside. He's so strong like a horse, throwing rocks to great heights, jumping over rivers. Do you remember, Thérèse, that time at Surene's? He was doing an impersonation of a hunt, cracking the whip, kicking the spurs. A nearby wedding party almost wept with laughter. The bride practically had a seizure. Do you remember, Thérèse?
He'd certainly had enough to drink at dinner to stimulate his wit.
Ugh, you. You don't understand people having fun. If it was just the 2 of us at St. Owen, I'd have a truly tedious time. Now, if I bring Laurent, it's to keep me entertained. Where has he gone with that wooden frame? Oh, that'll be him. Monsieur Gervais still has 8 minutes left. Come, I want to tell you something.
Oh, they always take so long in that shop. What are you 2 plotting?
Yes.
You're going to invite me to dinner tomorrow night, and there'll be chicken and rice.
You greedy pig.
Better than that. I'm taking Thérèse to St. Owen this Sunday, and you're coming with us. Would you like that?
Would I like to?
You will be careful, won't you, Laurent? I leave Camille in your care. You're strong, and I feel happier with you.
Mother, please, don't worry. It's terribly boring. You just think I can't even go as far as the end of the street without her imagining some catastrophe has happened. It's awful being treated like such a little boy. What we'll do, we'll take a cab as far as the ramparts. That way we only have to pay for one part of the journey. Then we'll walk across the tow line. We'll spend the afternoon on the island. And in the evening, we'll have a fish stew by the riverside. Is that settled then?
Well, we could add the finishing touch to the program.
How?
With a trip on a rowing boat?
No boating. It wouldn't make me happy.
Oh, you don't think Camille would risk going out on the water, do you? He's much too scared.
Me? Scared?
Oh, yes. I forgot you were scared of the water. Remember when we were children, we used to go paddling in the Seine? You used to sit on the bank shivering. It's all right, we'll give the boat a miss.
Oh, wait, that's not true. I'm not scared. We will take a boat. What are you doing making me out to be an idiot? We'll see which the 3 of us is the least brave. Besides, it's Thérèse who's frightened.
My poor child. You're pale with fear already.
Oh, tease me all you like. We'll see. We'll see.
Camille, my dear Camille, give this idea up. Do it for me.
Mother, please don't torment me. You know this only makes me ill.
All right, let your wife decide.
Accidents can happen anywhere.
That's very true. In the street, your foot could slip, a tile could fall on your head.
Besides, you know how much I adore the Seine.
So that's settled then. You win. We will take a boat. Okay. Now, you must just run down and get me some varnish for that frame.
I can't tell you how much this outing worries me. Camille is so insistent. You see how worked up he gets.
Don't be afraid. I'll be there. Now I must just quickly hang up this frame. Thérèse, my love.
No, wait. I'm cold.
Last room alone, Thérèse. Far from all the others. We're free to love each other. This room is ours, and you are mine. Because I won you, and you gave yourself willingly.
No. In a minute, I'm freezing.
My poor angel, give me your feet. I'll warm them with my hands. The time has come, you see. Remember how we've been working and waiting over a year for this night of love? We need it, don't we? As payment for all our caution, our suffering, our pain.
I remember. Don't stay there. Sit down a minute, let's talk.
Why are you shaking? I've closed the door, and I am your husband. When I used to come for you, you never used to shake. You used to laugh and speak out loud despite the risk of being found out. Now you're in a whisper, as if someone was listening from behind the walls. Come, we can talk out loud and laugh and love each other. It's our wedding night. No one will come.
Don't say that. Don't say that. You are even paler than I am, Laurent, and you are stammering to get your words out. Don't pretend to be brave. Let us wait until we dare before we kiss. You are afraid of looking ridiculous by not taking me and kissing me. You are a child. We are not a normal, newly wedded couple. Sit out today.
Yes, it was a very cold wind, but it died down a little this afternoon.
Yes. The apricot trees would do well not to flower too early.
In March, bouts of frost are very bad for fruit trees. You must remember, at Vernon...
At Vernon. That was our childhood. Put a log on the fire, will you? It's beginning to be quite pleasant in here. Is it 4 o'clock yet?
No, not yet.
It's surprising how long the nights last. Do you just like cab rides as I do? There's nothing more stupid than riding in them for hours. It puts me right to sleep, and I detest eating in restaurants.
One is always more comfortable at home.
That's not so in the country.
One can eat some excellent things in the country. Do you remember? By the water, by the pleasure gardens.
Shut up! Why do you bring back those memories? I can hear them pounding in your head and in mine, and the whole cruel story unfolds in front of my eyes. No. Let us not talk. Let us not think anymore. Underneath your words, I hear others. I hear what you are thinking, but don't say. Am I right? Just now you were thinking about the accident? Shut up.
Therese, say something. I implore you. This silence is too heavy to bear.
Close your eyes. Try to disappear.
No, I need to hear the sound of your voice. Say something. Say something, anything, just like you did before. That the weather is bad, or that the night is long.
It's all the same, I think. I can't not think. But you are right. The silence is bad. It is best to talk. It was quite cold in the chapel this morning. My feet were freezing, but I managed to find a nice stove to warm them on. Did you notice it? It was just nearby where we knelt down.
Yes, Grivet was standing over it throughout the whole ceremony. He had a triumphant smile on his face. That devil Grivet. Such a funny fellow, isn't he?
It was very dark in the church, due to the weather. Did you notice the white lace on the altar cloth? That lace cost 10 francs a meter at least, and is better than anything we have in the shop. The scent of the incense lingered. It smelled so sweet it made me feel sick. I thought we were all alone in the big church. That would have pleased me. Then I heard singing. You must have noticed it. It was just outside the chapel next to the nave.
I think I heard some people. They had some candles there.
It was a funeral. When I looked up, I was confronted by the black cloth and white cross. A coffin passed by me. I watched it. A poor, short, narrow, shabby coffin. A poor creature, sordid and destitute. Laurent, did you see him at the morgue?
Yes.
Did he look as though he had suffered?
Horribly.
His eyes were wide open and he stared straight at you?
He looked revolting. His face was all pale and smudgy with the water. And he was smiling. He had a twisted smile at the corner of his mouth.
He said he was smiling. Tell me everything, Laurent. Tell me what he looked like. In my long sleepless nights, I haven't been able to see him clearly. And I have a passion to see him.
No, shut up. Be quiet. We're both half asleep. If I answered you, I was lying. I saw nothing. What is this game we're playing?
Oh, feel how the words rise to our lips in spite of ourselves. Everything leads us back to him. The apricot trees in flower, the pleasure gardens by the river, the coffin. Don't you understand? There can no longer be any indifferent conversation between us. He is at the bottom of all of our thoughts.
Kiss me.
I understand full well that you talked about nothing but him. And I replied with nothing but him. Oh, the horrible story has formed inside us, and we must complete it aloud.
Kiss me, Thérèse. We got married so we could find peace in each other's arms. Kiss me and let us forget, dear wife.
No, I beg you. Do not torment me. Reassure me. Be good and light-hearted like before. Left me alone. Don't leave, Laurent. I'm yours. He's gone, and I'm alone. I think the lamp is going out. If the lamp goes out, if I'm left in the dark, oh, I don't want to be alone. I don't want it to be night. Why did I not let him kiss me? I thought his kisses would have killed me. Where can he have gone? Oh my God. It's the other one. He's come for me from after my marriage. I can hear him calling me to the bed. He's calling me to my pillow. Go away, I'm frightened. No. It's not the other one. It's my dear love. It's my dear. Thank you for that good thought, Laurent. I recognize your signal. Laurent, my love. I've been thinking about you. It's been so long since I've been able to hold you in my arms all to myself.
Remember how I used to hold you until we would fall asleep in my arms? And I would dream of a way that we'd never have to separate. Tonight, that beautiful dream is fulfilled. You're here, leaning against my chest forever.
That would be a pleasure without end. A long walk in the sun.
Then kiss me, dear wife.
No! Then no! What's the good of acting out this comedy of the past? We don't love each other. We have murdered our love. Don't you think I can feel how cold you are in my arms? Let us stay calm and not move.
No. You are mine. I will have you. I will cure you of this nervous fear. What would be cruel would be to not love each other and to find only a nightmare in place of the happiness we dreamt of. Come, my love, put your arms around my neck again.
No, we must not tempt suffering.
Do you understand how ridiculous it is to spend the night like this when we've loved each other so fearlessly? No one will come!
Don't say that. Don't repeat yourself, I implore you. He might come.
Are you trying to drive me mad? I've given up too much for you to refuse me now.
Mercy! The sound of our kisses will call him. I'm afraid. Look, I'm afraid.
Look! There! Come here!
I told you so. I felt the cold breeze behind my back. Where is he?
He's there, in the shadow.
Behind the bed?
Yes. He looks just like he did when we threw him in the water. His face is all pale and smudgy. And he has that twisted smile at the corner of his mouth.
That's just his portrait, you can see.
His portrait?
Yes, the painting you did, you know?
No, I don't know. His portrait? You think it's his portrait? His eyes are moving. His eyes are looking at me. You think it's his portrait? Then go and take it down.
No, I don't dare.
Do it, I beg you.
No.
If it's his portrait, we can turn it against the wall. That way we won't have to see and perhaps we'll be able to kiss.
No, why don't you do it?
His eyes are still looking at me. They're crushing me. I will look down and I won't have to see him anymore.
What's wrong? I heard someone shouting.
He looks just like he did when we threw him in the water.
Oh, just God. They killed my child. Murderers.
It's the attack they warned her of. The paralysis is rising to her throat.
Child, the wretches! It's terrible. She's all twisted like in a vice. I don't dare help her. Misery, she's dying.
Her eyes are threatening us. Oh, that those lips and limbs were of stone. she would have given us up.
Shut up. Leave her alone.
Do you think she would spare us if she could speak?
Let us talk about something else. You must be mad to raise the subject when she is still here.
I haven't got a spoon. Are you not going to feed her?
Yes, once I've finished my meal.
Your soup is dreadful. Too salty. It's another one of your wicked tricks.
Laurent, please do not pick an argument with me. I am very tired. The tension just now has left me shattered.
Yes, yes, make yourself listless. You torture me with your petty annoyances.
You want us to have a quarrel, don't you?
I want you to stop talking to me in that tone of voice.
Oh, very well. As you please. We will not eat any more tonight. We will tear each other apart, and my aunt can sit and listen. It's a treat we give her every day now.
Do you calculate these blows you give me? Why, you spy on me, you touch my open wounds, and then you get pleasure when the pain drives me mad.
It wasn't me who found the soup too salty. Oh, here we go. The most ridiculous pretext is enough, isn't it? You just want to argue all evening, to dull your nerves so you can sleep a little at night.
You don't sleep any better than I do.
Oh, you have made my whole existence appalling. As soon as night falls, we begin to shake. You know who is there between us. Oh, what torture it is in this room.
It's your fault.
My fault? Is it my fault if, instead of this life you dreamt of, all you have created is fear and disgust?
Yes, yes, it's your fault.
Stop it! I'm not an idiot. Don't think I don't know you. You've always been a calculating thing. When you took me as your mistress, it was because I didn't cost anything. Because you couldn't afford a prostitute anymore. You don't even deny it. Oh, don't you see? I hate you.
Now who's looking for a quarrel? Me or you?
I hate you. You killed Camille.
Be quiet! A moment ago, you told me to be quiet in front of her. Do you want me to recall the whole truth? Go over the whole facts again in her presence?
Let her hear. Let her suffer. Haven't I suffered? The truth is that you killed Camille.
You're lying. You're lying. Admit that you're lying. If I pushed him into the water, it's because you pushed me into the murder.
Me? Me?
Yes, you! Don't play the innocent. Do you want me to drag it from you by force? I need you to take some responsibility, to accept your share of the crime. It gives me peace and calms me.
But it wasn't me who killed him.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. 1,000 times yes. Don't you remember? You were sat there on the bank.
No.
I whispered quietly in your ear,
No,
I'm going to push him in the water.
Stop it.
You consented. You got into the boat. You see very well that you killed him with me.
Don't say that! I was mad. I didn't know what I was doing. I never wanted to kill him.
And in the water, when I capsized the boat, didn't I warn you? You grabbed onto my neck. You let him drown like a dog.
Don't say that! You killed him!
And in the river, in the cab, on the way home, you slipped your hand into mine. Your hand fired my heart.
You killed him.
She's not remembering. She's deliberately not remembering. You intoxicated me with your kisses. Here in this room. You didn't like your husband. You pushed me against him. He used to shiver with fever, you said. Was I a wretch? Was I a wretch like this 3 years ago? I used to be an upright gentleman. I wouldn't have even hurt a fly.
You killed him.
Twice you made me into a cruel brute. I used to be prudent and peaceful. And look at me now. I tremble at the least shadow like an easily frightened child. My nerves are just as wretched as yours. You pushed me to adultery and then to murder without my even noticing. When I look back, I'm stupefied by what I've done. In my dreams at night, I see a policeman, the courts, a guillotine pass before my eyes. You play the innocent in vain. At night your teeth chatter with terror. We both know very well that if the ghost were to come, he would strangle you first.
Don't say that! You killed him!
Listen, it's cowardly to refuse your share of the blame. Since you have pushed me to the edge, I want to make a clean end of it. You see, I'm quite calm. I'm going to tell the whole story to the police superintendent for the area.
Oh, what a good idea!
We'll soon see what the judge makes of your innocence.
Do you think you can scare me? I am more weary than you. I will go to the magistrate if you don't.
I don't need you to come with me. I can tell him everything on my own.
Oh no. Every time we quarrel, every time you run out of reasons, it's always the same threat. Well, this time I want it to be serious. I am not a coward like you. I'm ready to follow you to the scaffold. Come on, let's go. I'll go with you.
Very well. Very well, we'll both go to the police.
He's gone. He's still out there. Oh, will he have the courage to give us up? I don't want that. I'll run after him. I'll grab his arms. I'll bring him back. What if he tells the whole story to the street? Why did I push him to the limit? Why couldn't I have been more reasonable? He's still in the shop. The bell hasn't rung. What can he be doing? He's coming back. He's coming back. Oh, I always knew he was too much of a coward. That coward! Coward!
Oh, I can't!
That are we? What did they say? Oh, how I pity you. You have no blood in your veins.
I can't!
You ought to be helping me carry this terrible story. But you are feebler than I am. How can you ask us to forget?
So now you accept your share of the crime, do you?
Yes, I'm guilty. If you like, I'm more guilty than you. I should have saved my husband from your clutches. Camille was so good.
Oh, don't start all of that again now. How you revel when you've driven me frantic. Stop looking at me! Stop looking at me! I will escape your clutches when I want to. Here is the remission. Here is the peaceful sleep. 2 drops of prussic acid should be enough.
Poison! Oh, you are too much of a coward. Do it! I dare you. Come on, Laurent. Try a little, to see.
Be quiet.
Oh, I am calm. You won't drink it. Camille was so good, do you hear? You should be in his place in the ground.
Be quiet!
Oh, you don't know a woman's heart. I don't know how I could have ever loved you, drenched as you are in Camille's blood.
Will you be quiet? Something is hammering in my head. It will shatter my skull. What is this infernal game you're playing? To have regrets now? To weep us all the time. He did this, he did that. He was good, he was generous. Oh, misery! I'm going mad. He's living with me. He sits at my place at the table. He uses our furniture. He used to eat off my plate. He's still eating off it. I don't know anymore. I am him. I am him. I have his wife. I have his sheets. I have his place at the table. I have his time. I am him. I am Camille. Camille. Camille.
It's a cruel game you're playing, putting his face in all of your paintings.
You know that, do you? Talk softer. It's terrible. I can't even paint anymore. These hands are no longer mine. He's taken them from me. If I don't cut them off first, they will kill me. He's taken them from me.
It is the punishment.
Tell me I don't have his mouth. That's it. I've got his mouth. Did you hear that? I said that just like Camille would have done. I've got his mouth. I talk like him. I laugh like him. He's always here with me, punching in my head with his clenched fists.
It is the punishment.
Go away, woman! Go away! Go away!
Go ahead! Do it! Kill me like the other! Camille never laid a hand on me. But you are a monster. But go ahead, kill me. Come on, do it! You pushed the knife and made it fall. Your eyes are burning like two black hellholes. I know what you are saying. This man has made my whole existence intolerable. If he wasn't always there reminding me of what I long to forget, I could be peaceful. I could work out a gentle life for myself. You're staring at the knife, aren't you? Yes. I am holding the knife, and I don't want this man to torture me any longer. He killed Camille, who was in his way. He is in my way.
Come. Let's have our meal. Let's finish our meal in peace, shall we?
If you like. I don't have the patience to wait until night. The knife is burning in my hand.
What are you thinking about over there? Come, have a seat.
Better to end it all now.
I'll pour you something to drink.
What are you pouring into it, Laurent?
Why are you raising your arm? Drop the knife!
Drop the poison!
At the same moment, in each mind, the same horrible thought.
Remember when we used to adore each other with such passionate kisses, Laurent? And now here we are, face to face with poison and a knife. Laurent, look!
She was waiting to watch us die.
Her lips are moving. She's starting to smile. Oh, what a terrible smile.
She's coming back to life.
She's going to speak. I tell you, she's going to speak.
I know how to stop her.
Murderer of the child, dare to strike the mother.
Mercy! Please don't hand us over to the police.
Hand you over? No, I thought of it. Just now, as I regained my strength, I wrote your act of indictment out on the table. But I stopped myself. I thought the hand of human justice would be too quick. I want to watch your slow death here in this room where you stole from me all my happiness.
Forgive me! The guilt is suffocating me. I am a miserable wretch. If you raise your foot, I will deliver my head here on the floor for you to crush. Pity. Have pity.
Pity? Did you have any for the dear child I adored? Do not ask me for pity. No more pity. You have torn out my heart. I will not save you from each other. May your remorse make you lash out at each other like enraged beasts. I will not give you over to justice. You are mine now, only mine. And I am watching over you.
It is too much for us not to be punished. We will judge each other. And we will condemn each other.
They're dead.
I got 0.